let's go ahead and pop out the chat here. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay, see me okay, and see my screen okay. Because I want to make sure everything is functioning properly. I do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching today's stream. Again, apologies for the delay, technical difficulties, but I'm glad everything appears to be working. So, with that, we're going to discuss Spirit Halloween 2020. It appears some people have gotten an advertisement. And I know the quality may not be good. That'll be completed after the stream. We'll go ahead and correct the quality after the stream. It should allow me to enhance that. I'm not sure why it's streaming at 480p, but hopefully I can correct that. And that's about it. So we're going to go for about 20 to 30 minutes just discussing Spirit Halloween 2020, each animatronic for the 2020 season in detail, and my overall thoughts of the season. That's pretty much what this stream will be about. So as we prepare for people to join the stream, I will just give a quick advertisement for my own website, skullcrane.com. Be sure to sign up for the email list on there. Check out the new products that I'll be adding daily. Also check out my newest upload today. Uploaded a new Skull Crane product for the 2020 season. Visit my eBay store. You can find that linked on the Skull Crane site. There's some items on sale on there as well, and you'll be able to get some good prices. And yeah, that's about it. So with that said, if you have anything to say during the stream, put it in the live chat. And if you're watching post-stream, then go ahead and comment it in the comment section below. If you're here, be sure to give the video a like. Also subscribe if you have not already. We're rounding the corner and almost clearing 6,000 subscribers, which I'm very much so looking forward to. So with that, let's get started. So Spirit Halloween 2020 was definitely, well, I guess we could start with 2020 was definitely an off year for just everything in general. But with Spirit Halloween, I'm glad they opened, despite the rumors that they wouldn't open. They did, and they opened in full force, opening over 1,400 store locations. This year we saw the introduction of two themes. Once again, they have not reverted to their three theme past 2014 and prior, but they did have two themes, and unfortunately, they were, I guess, not worth the hype. Many people saw the front theme and saw how immersive it looked and had hope that the back theme would be even more immersive. But unfortunately, it didn't turn out to be that way. We saw that the back theme was simply a flat, straightaway, and it didn't have any sort of walkthrough experience. Now we most likely can presume that that was due to COVID restrictions. Although there are other reasons. Sometimes some store managers have said that they did not like the walkthrough displays. They're just hard to keep up with and manage. Not a good idea to have an enclosed area within a given store that no one has access to except really the guests that are walking through it at a given time. Although the aquarium theme last year was very cool. I didn't really like how the themes had nothing really to do with the animatronics, and unfortunately, it was even worse than last year. This year, we saw clowns in a cave. We saw animatronics that should have been in the cave, not included in the cave. This included that prototype vampire, which never was released, unfortunately, and a couple other pieces that should have 100% been in the cave, like even the Plague Doctor, which was kept online only, unfortunately. And then we saw the back theme, or I believe I meant to say the Reaper's Island Village. My apologies. But the Reaper's Island Cave, which I will have a special detail to give in just a moment, it was an amazing display in terms of cosmetics, but it was a small theme. It only housed 6 animatronics. Some cool ones like the Harvester of Souls, which was a very faulty animatronic, but it is a very cool piece. One of my favorites of the year, and those sold out very quickly. But we didn't even see Krampus set up, and a couple others that only got set up later in the season. I didn't get to see Ellie Hatchet even set up until the clearance sale, which was interesting. But I do really enjoy the Ellie Hatchet animatronic, among a few others. Spirit Halloween is now running their online clearance sale after the stores have all officially closed. I was able to secure the cave display in its entirety, all the skulls, the entire back display. I've gotten all those pieces already stored away and excited to put those up for next year after selling off my hotel display to another haunter who I'm sure will very much so enjoy that display. It was a great display this year, had multiple parties, and turned out very well. All the animatronics held up for the exception of Freddy Krueger, whose mouth and arm movements did stop working. I will be correcting those as soon as I have free time, given I have so many repair orders to complete that you guys have been sending in to me, which I do appreciate, and I will be getting your animatronics up and running very soon. In terms of other animatronics this year that were either not good sellers. Johnny Punk was not a good seller whatsoever. He was one of those pieces that was still left at the sale despite being on display all year. We also saw a couple other pieces there that I did really enjoy, actually. I really liked the introduction of Punctured Pete was a cool one. We saw uh, Jack Straw and Demonic Dahlia return, which are very cool pieces. We also saw a couple other pieces return. We saw a new Jumping Spider, which is now out of stock everywhere, the black and red one. Couldn't find that one in stores, although I did secure a purchase of one. I didn't display him this year. I think I will keep him in the box because I believe he'll be a rare piece. One of those pieces that no one expects to become rare, but it will become rare. Elijah says that he does not like the Reaper's Island, and realistically, it had nothing to do with the animatronics inside it. It doesn't make much sense why the themes are so diverse. While I think the creativity is great, I would much rather have a haunted house or any sort of creepy theme, but a boat or a village does not do it for me. And another thing is that the Reaper's Island Village does not even give vibes of it being scary. Like, I like it when the themes give the vibe that they're like scary. Like last year we saw the boat and we saw the aquarium. If the theme can't stand alone and be scary, then it's not a good theme. I mean, I think that's how we can look at it. If you were to take every animatronic out of Reaper's Island and just display the Reaper's Island Village, sure, it's a great theme looking like at it, but in terms of scare factor, there was nothing there. Same with the cave, although I do think it was more creepy. And I personally like the cave better than the village. Um, but that's his preference. I think the cave had more detail and attention to the focus, and the animatronic lineup in the cave was better. But I did overall enjoy the layout of both, and I just think that they need to go back to making the themes scary because they did themes that had nothing to do with the animatronics that were good. I think that's a thing that we're missing here. There was the Last Chance Gas in 14. There wasn't like a gas station related animatronic. We saw a butcher in there, but it worked. Everything fit the color scheme and everything fitted according to plan. So I did enjoy the Last Chance Gas. You had like the ruins, which was again not necessarily attributed to Halloween, although it was definitely a destroyed church. But it was a good year for Spirit. 15 came along, and the swamp was a good theme. You had the Spirit Station Z, which was a good theme, and again, the animatronics didn't fit in terms of what was going on there. 16 was the hotel, which is probably one of my favorite displays, just because of how well they did with the aesthetics. I mean, to give the illusion of the theme, you have to have pieces and you have to put attention to the theme. Reaper's Island Village had that, but the problem was just that there was so much diversity in the animatronics. You can't put clowns in a village, but you could put zombies anywhere. If you wanted to put zombies in the village, you can do that, but you can't put clowns in a village. You can put one zombie clown for perhaps Uncle Charlie, and you could put him in the front, or you can do what you need to do. But you cannot put a bunch of clowns and dump them all into a one theme. There needed to have been either a third clown theme, which would have been useful because of how many extra animatronics they had. Ellie Hatchet, Krampus didn't get set up. And they sold those animatronics, and believe it or not, this was one of the best sales years for Spirit in terms of animatronics. I mean, most stores sold out of animatronics. On the last day, my store only had one Jumping Spider left at the clearance sale, and that was all they really had. And I mean, it's good that they're doing good sales, and I mean, we saw a lot of stores were introducing those Morris Costumes animatronics. They were introducing those at very high prices, of course, but they needed stock to put on the floor because of how many animatronics were selling, likely due to the pandemic and haunted houses needing pieces to put in their display, considering they couldn't use human actors for reasons of safety, and they were selling animatronics at a very high rate. And it's good that they're selling those. It's just that they need to focus on getting them set up so they can sell more. Because I would rather them have more of an animatronic and decrease the rarity, but have it set up at every store than have certain animatronics set up at certain stores. Another thing is there needs to be a quality control district manager of some sort. Not necessarily a district manager, but someone that just ensures the quality of product. The fact that you can go to a store and find at least 3 or 4 animatronics that are either broken or just set up completely incorrect is just ridiculous. They need to focus on what the animatronics are set up like. especially animatronics that are lunging, that shift, they need to zip tie these to the themes because it's ridiculous that you go and you watch a jumping spider and on opening day it's set up, but then halfway through the season you see that it's off the side of I guess the platform it's supposed to be on because those weights they include are not strong enough to hold the spider down. I think the spiders don't even include a weight at this point, so they need to include. They have to put weights on the animatronics, or they need to just zip tie them to the platforms because they're shifting and that's how they break. Of course, animatronics break on their own, but they need to do a better job of making sure the store is fully set up. Another thing is making sure all the themes are set up correctly. I guess small stores need to consolidate their themes a bit, which is fine, but make sure they look good. Don't just put two huts and then put the banner and tape it onto the sides of the huts and call it the theme. You need to make sure the theme is appropriate for all stores and perhaps even develop the theme in smaller sizes because there were certain themes like the hotel which were just too tall for certain stores, and when they tried to consolidate them, they didn't look correct. So they need to focus on maybe making smaller themes, which they did in the 2010 to 2012 era. They had separate themes for stores, and some stores even had scaled back versions. I think even some stores got like poster boards of the themes, and they would put the animatronics against the wall with the poster boards behind it. Anything to make it look presentable, because that's what's going to increase sales and not lead to many animatronics being on the floor on the 50% off sale. Because I think that's what Spirit Halloween would like to avoid. Hence why their sales are so short. They want to move that product quickly and get out so they can prepare their online store for their clearance or whatever they need to do. And I have checked their clearance sale. They had little Skelly Bones up for about 5 minutes before he sold out. I wanted him, and at that price, $75 for Little Skelly Bones was a great price, and unfortunately I missed it. Blood Brothers is one that I do really want and may end up purchasing them, but I am in the search for the modern life-size Jemmy Grinch that Jemmy's produced for this year, which is incredible. Same with Mickey and Scooby-Doo, but that's for another video. This video is solely on Spirit Halloween. I will go ahead and read some of your comments. I've been just kind of going on with a little bit of information I know for this year. In terms of themes and whatnot for next year, I don't have any information on that, although I do know that themes are in development for next year. Let's see what you guys have got. A lot of messages have been coming in. Be sure to like this video if not already, and if you have not subscribed yet, then please consider doing so, and also tick the bell so you never miss a new daily upload, whether it be a live stream or a product demonstration. Jackson says there were 4 Johnny Punks left at his store. Yeah, Johnny Punk is one that's been not a good seller this year because of just how poorly animated he was, and the phrases they chose for him ultimately were not very, very good. They would not sell you the display. Interesting. I know my store actually had to give away the display. Well, let me rephrase that. I purchased the display on the opening of November 1st. I was the one who got the display, got the full cave. But whatever didn't sell, they were going to throw it out. And that was at closing on the second day. My store unfortunately had to dispose of the entrance columns were like Crouchy and the butcher stood in the beginning of the season. They had to I guess throw it out unless somebody took it. I was fortunate. I got the skulls from it, the 2 little flaming skulls, but I didn't take the columns because I didn't have the space in my truck to take those. I had the whole cave. I couldn't fit anything else. I got a hut for a friend, so I was able to get one of the last huts. And I know different stores are have varying what's available and whatnot, but the displays definitely should be sold. I know that they're supposed to be sold on the 31st, although they won't be taken down officially until the 1st. Although I do know some people that did get the displays early, and I don't think it's going to be happening again because I am aware that Spirit Halloween was not too satisfied with stores selling their displays early. Although I do think if they sell all the animatronics, they are able to sell the displays. Your store only had a couple of costumes left at the sale. In the beginning, they had a bunch of decorations. Yes, my store only had 2 animatronics left. It was the Clown Toe Tapper and Seance Board. And then at the second day of the sale, because I went twice, they only had Seance Board, which I did not purchase because the Seance Board is not something that's up my alley. And it was the only animatronic left in the store at that point. Johnny Punk would be a rare prop. So the thing is, there can be props that are rare, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be desirable. There are certain props from Spirit that you can go on eBay and you'll be like, wow, that exists, but no one wants it. That's the thing that kills the value of a prop. Certain props are collectible because of they're a variant, like the black and red jumping spider. I think will be one of the rarest pieces from this season because of how it sold out right away and it didn't return, and they likely won't return with those. But Johnny Punk, I think, will become rare in the future. I don't think they're bringing him back, and I think that's going to be one that's going to be collectible. But the thing is that he's not a desirable piece, and unless you were like intentionally collecting the Reaper's Island Village, then I don't think Johnny Punk is one you'd want to purchase, unless swinging props are up your alley as well. Um, 2014 was probably the best year of Spirit. All the most faulty year for animatronics. In fact, I get so many 2014 animatronics in for repair services. But it was probably the best year of Spirit in my opinion. At least that was the first year I went, and the front theme was incredible. The middle theme was great, and then the back theme. I think the attic was one of my favorite themes, just because of every single animatronic is one of my favorites. I mean, every single animatronic in the attic was incredible. Um, the 2010 cemetery wasn't the best theme, but the props fit it very well. Exactly. The props in those themes were appropriate to the display, and I'd rather have a cemetery than a village. I think a cemetery would fit these props, but please don't put clowns in a village. You have to do a clown theme again. Spirit Halloween hasn't done a clown theme since 2013, and they need to do one again because they keep dumping these clowns into these displays, but they just need to do a clown theme. And in fact, I think if they're going to sell clowns in stores every year, which they should, they need to do a dedicated center theme that's just clowns. How about a small little theme every year that's just probably 6 clowns? I think that'd work great because then they could dump all their clowns there and don't have to worry about incorporating clowns rather in all of the front and back displays. I think they can. So I've heard rumors that the next year's theme is going to have to do with a cave again. It's going to be like adding on to that storyline. I hate the lore. I hate the lore. If they're going with this boat lore, it's terrible. It's a terrible lore because nothing fits. If we're gonna get pirate props and stuff, and they're gonna move it into those displays, then sure, let's do it. But if it's just it's a bad concept. I say we need to go back. We need to do we have to do a clown theme. I know clown theme doesn't make much sense, but a circus or a freak show. But we need to do that, and we need to do haunted house or graveyard because that's how you can dump those zombie props in there and not have to worry about them not being appropriate to the display. Many people on the Halloween forum complain that they're not motivated to buy props because typically people buy props when they can see the inspiration. When they see a haunted house display, they can sort of picture their own home as that display, and that's why they purchase that animatronic. But when you look at something like the Reaper's Island Village, no one has a village in their backyard, so they're not going to be inspired to purchase anything. Of course, sales were good this year, but there was a lesser quantity of available animatronics this year. You want a prisoner asylum. The asylum was a great theme, and it was so basic. It was 2 columns and then a back column, or not columns, platforms, and then the back platforms in the back, and just PVC. One of the easiest displays to assemble and put down, and it was one of the best. It was just because the animatronics in there were so good, and it made sense and it was unique. Um, any year after 2017 is bad. Yeah, 2017, I think this swamp was a good theme. I liked that. I liked wait, no, 2015 was a swamp. I'm sorry. 2017 was the Spirit Hollow, which was a terrible theme in my opinion. It was very, very bad. We were impressed that there was a walkthrough, but it was terrible. The back theme, Area 31, was cool. I didn't care for it that much, though. There was not much animation because you had Levitator Girl, which only moved up and down. You had the what was her excuse me, what was his name, the hazmat zombie, which did nothing. We had the alien that did nothing. We had crowd chamber, which just popped up, which was okay, but we had nothing that did anything. It was a lame animatronic lineup that year. 2017, probably the worst year for animatronics. I mean, it was terrible. 2018 with the barn was a terrible interpretation of the original barn, and then the back theme was the farmhouse, which I think was awesome. That was a good year for Spirit with the back theme. I think that was good, even though it was a terrible use of space. I mean, you literally had this giant farmhouse, and then you just had the little walkthrough, and then you only could put like 5 animatronics in the front. But it was a cool theme, and I find it incredible, and I applaud the people that put those together. 2016 was a great year. 2016 is probably my favorite year because of the themes. The clock tower is the most memorable theme. I could picture that theme immediately. That theme was incredible. Loved it. Loved the aesthetic. Loved the animatronic lineup. 2016 was great. The hotel was incredible. The hotel worked so well. incredible year for Spirit 2016. Again, 2017 was not great, but 2014 was probably my favorite year as well. It's 2014, I think 2016 because I went there like I had a store super close to me that year. I went like I think 11 times that year to Spirit. This year I only went 3 times. To one, and this one was actually closer. The store that's near me is only a mile away. I mean, I could just run there, but I just didn't have the motivation to go because it was there was nothing really to get this year. But in 2016, it was just incredible seeing the display. I kept going because of how much I appreciated the display and how tall and grand it was. The attic was a great theme because of the animatronics for sure. I apologize for being so behind on comments, by the way, so be sure to get those in. 2011 was the best year. I don't remember 2011, but I think the animatronics 2011 were the best. Jemmy, incredible year for Jemmy that year. Jemmy needs to make a comeback, and I hope they do. We know that Jemmy is selling their brand. I know this company called Aroma is producing Jemmy products. They're literally slapping labels on Aroma, which is a company that you can just source from, and they do animatronics, but they're not good quality necessarily. I mean, they're not bad quality. I mean, I actually really like their the hanging mummy. That's a great prop, but they're just Jemmy. I don't know what they're doing. They just need. I think these retailers need to get pressure on them. I think the Grinch was a great prop. If we can pressure Jemmy to do the Grinch and the Mickey Mouse and Scooby Doo, but do those for Halloween, like another life size. I don't know what they could do, but a dancing skeleton. I mean, the dancing props are great. If we can bring those back with Halloween props, it'd be incredible. But anyway, back to Spirit because we know Jemmy is not a big dealer to Spirit Halloween anymore. 2014 was Scared of Lurching Zombie. Yeah, Lurching Zombie was a great one. That's really rare, and I don't. It's hard to remember him, but I remember his animation, the head turning, the mouth movement. That was a really good seasonal visions prop. Spirit's focusing too much on the costumes. I don't know if they're focusing on the costumes too much. I think there's a separate team for that. I think Spirit Halloween's focusing too much on their. I think they're focusing on their storyline and their creative. They're being too creative. I think they're being too creative and it's hurting them. And I think they're not focusing on their animatronic lineup as much as they should. Speaking of quality, Crazy Creative be the worst company. Yeah. Techie in 2014 was the worst, but Crazy Crate in 2020 is lackluster. Jack Straw, terrible quality. You've got Fright in the Box, terrible quality. And once these break, they can't be repaired. See, I do repairs on animatronics, and I've looked at these Crazy Crate props, and they're made with these cheap gears that are not built to last. And once they snap, because it's not the gears that snap, it's the plastic mechanism box. The housing for the mechanism is not good at all. The little pegs that hold the gears in place and those springs, they just pull them right off. And once it breaks, you can't just glue that back on. You can't glue a plastic holder for a spring back on. That's not how it works, because you can't do it because the spring is constantly pulling back. So they're not good quality, and I would not recommend anyone to purchase anything from Crazy Crate, at least for the time being. Excuse me. Hello, Vasilos. Thank you for tuning in. Little Skelly Bones was on sale. It was $75, and it went off sale. It was so quick. I saw it. I clicked on it. Refreshed the page. Gone. Techie Toys. Techie Toys is not terrible quality. I've noticed their stuff this year held up well, although a lot of Ellie hatchets were defective, partially because the thing just slams on the ground. I thought it was originally a foam axe, but it's actually a plastic axe, which doesn't make much sense considering it's just going to bang up and it's going to start to damage the mechanism, I think. But Techie doesn't have the best of quality. I'm hoping they can make improvements. Perhaps metal gears in those lunging mechanisms, because I get so many repair orders for the lunging mechanisms, and there's certain gears that are always broken in those that I have to replace to get those going again. Last Chance Gas, my favorite theme. I think that's one of my favorites too. A great selection of animatronics, and just an overall a great aesthetic. Love the sign. I can picture that greatly. One Johnny Punk left. Awesome. I mean, $80 for Johnny Punk is not a terrible price whatsoever, but it's just for the sake of not buying it because you don't want to patronize that bad of a product. They're holding the themes for them. Yeah, they sometimes the stores hold the themes. They held it for me, but I paid up front for it, so I didn't really have to worry. But they do hold the themes until the day of Halloween or the day after. 2017, my first year. I love, yeah. Hanging Helfine was a cool prop. I didn't care for him though. I don't like hanging props too much, especially the life size hanging ones that require like mounting because they're gonna fall off. Hanging Helfine was okay, but I didn't really care for him that much. Although I do think his face sculpt is cool and a cool Reaper prop. Um, I'll go with Tiny Signs and the Rise because they all held all it from old people. Yeah, I think it's unfair when they hold stuff for people that don't pay up front. I think they need to charge people up front so they can secure the display. But I did get a ton of end caps. I got a couple of the big signs. I got like a vampire, a plague doctor, and the clown. Not the clown with the spinning eyes, but another clown, like a guy in a costume. And these are really cool pieces they were just giving away. Um, Cemetery has been my third favorite theme. Cemetery is a great theme, a classic. I never saw it in person, unfortunately, but a great theme. Awesome that you got Ellie Hatchet. Awesome that you got Hauntress. Monster Kids. Those were terrible sellers. No one caught on to those. I think they're cool, but not that cool. I would never display one. Even if you gave one to me, I would just sell it. I'm not that interested. I think I'm broadcasting my screen, so I would assume you guys can see it. We'll take a look at their sales, see if anything was added. Looks like the Blood Brothers are out of stock again, aren't they? Yep, gone again. They were sold out. They went back in stock. I wonder if they're going to be gone for good this time. All we got left is Evil Eye Spellbook, which has been in stock for a long time. The only animatronic that's left. Then you got the Monster Kids, which are really good quality, but just not that great in terms of value for the money. I mean, $100 for a 3.1 foot prop, even if it's good quality, not necessarily worth it. Pull up the live chat again. 2015, my store didn't put out a foot pad sandwich on there. Never turned on. That sounds very odd. I remember on opening day, my store didn't have anything turned on that year. But I did get the foot pads for my cave display, and yeah, you got to make sure the animatronic. That's what I'm saying. They need to have quality control to make sure everything is functioning properly. And if it's not, they have to turn it off because if people see it's broken, they're gonna think the quality of everything is bad. So if Crazy Create stuff breaks, they may think a seasonal prop is bad when realistically it's not. Although I do know the Home Depot seasonal props this year were very, 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 very faulty. I know most seasonal props this year at Home Depot broke. I've been getting a ton of repair orders on the Werewolf, a ton of repair orders on the Cauldron Witch, a ton of repair orders, and I mean like almost a dozen of each. That's how defective those are. I should have brought water with me when I did this before I started the stream. So I do apologize if I'm coughing or I sound a little raspy. Um, Let me see what we got. Um, Man, I missed a lot of comments. I do apologize. Spirit Acres Farm was a great theme. It wasn't the best theme ever, but it was a good theme. I think it was a good theme. Animatronics in there were okay, but it was a cool theme. I liked the aesthetic of it. Um, 12 animatronics, awesome. That's a great collection. Next year my home haunt will be a insane asylum. That's incredible. Next year my home haunt will be the cave because I did get the cave, and I'm excited to set up the cave in my garage for another incredible year of my haunted display, which I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't seen that display, check it out on my YouTube channel. It turned out great. And I hope the haunter that purchased my hotel display really enjoys it because it is I really did for the year I did own it. Um, Let me see. I see you guys are ranking your animatronics. If you guys, I did a ranking video in the beginning of the year for Spirit Halloween animatronics for 2020. If interested, be sure to check that one out. You'll find it. I think I uploaded that in like August or September. Be sure to check that one out. It's a great ranking list of all the new animatronics of this year. Of course, that was before I saw them in person. Forest Demon's underrated. Yeah, Forest Demon's awesome. I think I like Pennywise better, but I think Forest Demon's a great prop. Demonic Dahlia is a good prop as long as she holds up in quality. Would have liked to have seen Light Up Eyes, but I think she's a great prop. Same with Jack Straw. Speaking of Jemmy, I think the only way to come back is they don't need to bring back the collapsibles. We saw that with Jack Straw. The collapsibles take up a lot of space, and they're super hard to ship, especially with the influx in shipping costs. I think they could do collapsibles and they can still use the animations because there's nothing that says they can't use that body twist or the arm movement or the head movement on a pole base. The pole base animatronics are great. I think the Midnight Count or they call her the Dark Countess. I think she's a great prop. I think the poles are very high quality. I like her appearance. They did a great job with her posture and everything. But they need to do more stuff like that. Give them more animation. Let's do some licensed characters. Let's not do what they did with Michael Myers. It's an embarrassment of a prop. I wouldn't take that for free because it doesn't even. Well, I would take it for free. I mean, it's cool, but it's just an embarrassment to the original. Thank you for that comment, Jimmy Halloween guy. I remember when I bought Eddie, who was broken out of the box. Throwing some another module and else. Yeah, that happened with me and Shock and Blast Zombie. I bought Shock and Blast Zombie brand new. He broke. He was broken out of the box. I got another one sent to me. That one didn't work, and then I got another module. That one didn't work. That one was a very faulty prop. That's why I don't recommend anyone buy the Shock and Blast Zombie under any circumstances. I actually, what do you call it? Sell it on eBay for like $20, brand new in the box. I didn't even buy it. That's how bad that quality that one is. Um, all my techie props broke. That's unfortunate. If you would like those repaired though, visit skullcrane.com/repair. Animatronic repair services are on their way. I'm doing some repairs for people that are watching this stream. I do appreciate you guys sending in stuff for repair. I am getting those done as soon as possible. So yeah, definitely visit skullcrane.com/repair and fill out a contact form if you have animatronics in need of repair. We need the middle themes back. Yeah, I know. The first year I went to Spirit was the last year of the middle themes. We need to bring those back. We need to eliminate this insanely oversized Hocus Pocus and Nightmare Before Christmas section, because there's so much stuff that it just doesn't sell. The mugs and everything. We're using all this space, and they're not selling the product. Why not put a middle theme there? And if the store can't capacitate it, then don't use it. But I think we should bring back the middle themes. Um, Experimental Eddie is a great prop. I like him as long as he holds up in quality. I don't like hanging props. Yeah, I don't have really anywhere to hang hanging props. I do like some of like the leg kickers and stuff, but overall the life size stuff that needs a lot of weight, I don't really care for. Spinning Icon wasn't at my store ever. Interesting. I know a lot of stores were smaller this year. Um, um, Thank you for appreciating the face cam. I haven't done a face cam video in a while. It's been like 2 months. But I'm glad to bring it back and not just hide behind the microphone. So I'm glad to be using the face cam. Hope everything looks okay. It may be low quality, not the best camera in the world, but I'm doing my best. I liked Frankie Monster Kid. He's cool. Yeah, they're all very cool. They're all very nice. Very good quality. Um, my cemetery section will be really. That one only has a moving mouth, I thought. But if it is broken, I can repair that. I'm good with PAC props, very good with those, and I can program a new circuit board if needed. So if I know Home Depot does not back their products, so if you purchase from the Home Depot, they will not give you. They'll probably refund you if it's before the Halloween is here, but they will not send you replacement parts. They typically just tell you to return to the store. They don't do partial refunds. So if you have a defective prop, your best bet is to go through the animatronic repair services with Skull Crane, and unless Seasonal Visions or the other companies send you parts, which I know Seasonal Visions has not done. They don't send parts out. They don't have any parts. They're not like Techie that it has parts for modern animatronics. They don't do parts at Seasonal Visions, unfortunately. My 2017 store for Mr. Swing Clown, which is I'm on only 7 menacing Molly spot. Interesting. I know some stores are getting online only props. Typically, it happens when there's a return, because you can return online only props to the store. Alternatively, some of the Spirit Halloween does like to experiment. Like I know some stores got Mr. Salty among others. Molten Endo, incredible collection. I know you're the one that got the lunging scissor doll. That's an incredible piece. I really like that one in your collection. Take good care of her because she's a really cool and collectible piece that you're probably the only one in the world that has that one at this point. And that seller has been listing more animatronics, including a roaming zero. But I think the seller caught on to how rare his pieces are because they're now ridiculously priced. Well, not ridiculous, but you get the idea. They're not being sold at rock bottom prices anymore. $500 is the price tag currently for that zero, which I do like, but it would not pay near that for a 3-foot prop. Yeah, one of the fires. That's awesome. Those fires were so desirable. I mean, those sold out instantly. I was told that at 8:01, a minute after opening, all of them were sold by different customers. So the Reaper's Island Flames were very hot sellers, and I'm sure they're going to be selling those next year as stationary pieces. Let's see what we got. I got one of the. Let's see. Can I get a mod, please? I don't do mod. Maybe I will do mod, but I just don't do it because I don't see a need to. I don't really have issues with commenting in my live streams. If I do see it, I will block or ban that person from my streams or my channel. So I don't do mods. No one is a mod, so you don't have to feel left out there. That's an awesome collecting count. Chonkula. Demonic Dolly's head was in the tower. Horror Nice Haunted House. Awesome. I'm gonna get more animatronics soon. I get collect zombie babies. I have 10 of those little guys. Awesome. I don't have any zombie babies at the moment, but if I do get more zombie babies, you'll be the first to know. We need more animated zombie babies. Yes. What happened to those? Why can't we make animated zombie babies? I don't see why not. Let's put them in the themes. It's incredible they don't do that again. Why not? That's one of those things. Like, I understand why you don't want to have middle themes in the stores, but why not have zombie babies that are animated? I don't understand why. I mean, they were great sellers. Um, we need more. I love Tech. Yeah, me too. Techie's my favorite. Techie's probably my favorite animatronic brand. Probably with season. Well, Jemmy in terms of older stuff, but I do like Techie. I think number two, and then seasonal number three. First year we're going to Spirit was 2011. Awesome. Jimmy back. Um, Jimmy. Was there a prop called Jimmy this year, or do you mean Jemmy? Hopefully they bring back Jemmy though. That's what I'd love to see. My store is almost bigger than the flagship this year. Awesome. That's awesome. My local store was supposed to be the flagship of Illinois, but unfortunately they lost the rights of the property and they had to move locations. Still a great store, but they there was originally supposed to be a flag because each state has a flagship, and my local store was supposed to be the flagship. Giant location, but unfortunately that didn't go through. Um, PSA, yeah, PAC is underrated because they make so much creative stuff at such great prices. I mean, you can find PAC stuff for pretty cheap. There's stuff, it has the same animation, but I do really like PAC. I have a PAC Reaper available on my eBay store I'm looking to get rid of. So if anybody check out my eBay store. I'll link it at the end of the stream, which will probably be ending within the next 15 minutes or so. We'll end around 10 o'clock local. But check out my eBay store. I'm doing a sale on a lot of pieces that are very rare. Some great animatronics on there, including a PAC Reaper, which I'm looking to get rid of. So feel free to make an offer on anything you do like. Demonica is awesome, but mine is garbage quality. Yeah, I know. Demonica, it's just so much moving parts, and just so the plastic pole can't support the weight of her solid head sculpt and all that. Um, yeah, PAC Reapers are great. What do you mean SVI? So I know SVI does send some parts, but certain props I've noticed they don't. So it's not always, but I know SVI is not the best with their parts like Techie is. Roaming Zero, and I would love to see that too. These sellers don't do like videos for a reason because they want people to actually get the prop, do the video. I remember I asked a seller who has a prototype Pumpkin Man online, and I asked for a video. They were going to send it to me, then they backed out and decided not to send me a video, which is a shame because I would have loved to have seen it and post about it, but I think it defeats the purpose of the sale because the point of the purchasing a prototype is so you can see the big reveal on what it's supposed to do. I want to list as Oogie Boogie. That'd be incredible if they can pull that off, but I'm not sure if they can do it. But they did a Krampus, so they probably can do an Oogie Boogie. Let's see what else we got. I really love the Flames. Hopefully, I bet you they sell them. I bet you they're gonna start selling those next year. I can see that because they sold the Jemmy Cauldron ones, the smaller ones, up in like 2010. I'm sure they're gonna bring back those big ones, start selling those. Um, Zombie Babies would be great sellers. I'd purchase Zombie Babies, some new ones, as long as the latex doesn't chip. Then I'm good with those. I don't know what the flagship stores of each state is. I couldn't tell you. I don't even know what the flagship store of Illinois is because I know it was supposed to be my local store, but I don't know what they switched it to. And by the way, the flagship store is for like company meetings and stuff. But that's about it for like state stores. I know they're supposed to be perfect too, but anything can happen. Waving Wally doll. I think we need a lot of more. The dolls are great. If people like those and go with them. I saw an SVI doll prototype. It looked like Angeline, even though Angeline's not produced by Seasonal. I almost bought it. It was like $100, and I almost bought it. I thought it was really cool, but I'm just not in the market for small stuff. But if another life-size prototype goes in the market and it's not like expensive, like $200 range, I'm probably gonna buy it, especially if it's a techie prop and it's unreleased. Um, Always a good prop. That's awesome. I got the display step heads in the lava. That's awesome. I got 4 of the cave ones. I got all 4 of those. I'm looking. Although I think 2 are broken, but I will probably repair those or just put. I'll put the cover over the actual footpad. Um, one of my local stores in this year was supposed to the Queen 72 Rising from Miss Percy. Ah man, that's unfortunate. At least they had animatronics. I remember I went in 2018 and they didn't have anything set up at all, and it was just costumes only. That was unfortunate. How are you gonna make for this prop for seasonal? Um, how you? Oh, so I was able to locate the company online, and I contacted. If you're talking about party gears, I was able to contact them and get an order in, a large bulk order, and that's how I was able to get some of these props, which are made with they're made with the parts of SVI props, and they're just pieced together with other materials. That's why they have different phrases and they have different head molds and hand sculpts. They're just like pieced together animatronics, so they're great and they're very hard to find. In fact, I only have one left of the final 2020 Skull Crane / Party Gears animatronic. I have one lunging Jacko-Man left, available on skullcrane.com with free shipping. I also have the other animatronics from 2019, the Ghost Girls and the white tricycle clown. I don't have any of the others left, only a few of those left, and those are on sale as well on skullcrane.com. You said my name right. I did. I think I might have said it wrong. I apologize for that, but I did. I did say your name. I'm sure the flagships you say would have Maestro set up in the Morris props. Yeah, if they're gonna, the flagships have to be big, so they're gonna have the Morris props because only the big locations got the Morris props. So yes. I think sorry about Maestro was flagship store of Virginia. Perhaps, maybe it was. If it's a big store, then perhaps yes. Do you have contact from my tech reps? Techie is pretty public. You can just go to techiedesign.com and get their direct phone number. Now, I do have contact with some of their like sales associates and whatnot, like their sales reps. I won't give out their personal information, even though I think it's just extensions. But you can just visit techie.com. Or techiedesign rather.com. They're very open with their contact. You can just call up and get an instant answer from one of their reps. Helga Token my store went back for it and the sale was gone. Wow, they had a Helga Toad Gunner? That's incredible. I wonder how they got that. That's incredible, actually. I've never. Sometimes it happens when they find them in the warehouse, or if a manager owns a store and they also own the prop. I don't know. It can't happen. That's incredible, though. If they had a Helga Toad Cutter, unless you mean it like years past. But if you mean 2020, that's incredible. I've never heard of anything close to that old at the stores in terms of animatronics. Only for one right in my house, but the Jimmy likes to debate Freddy. That's awesome that you got the risers. It's a shame that I couldn't get them. They were free and they were awesome, but I couldn't get them. I did get the full cave, but I didn't get the or by risers I mean the two posts in the beginning. Someone did buy the Reaper's Island banner, and I ended up purchasing the two skull. I didn't purchase them. I got actually the two skulls with the flames in their eyes, but the risers are still present. Let's see what we got for the final 10 minutes of the stream. Go ahead and get your questions in because I will be closing the stream off at 10 o'clock. So get your questions in now or comments or anything of that nature, and I will get back to you within the stream. Got 10 minutes to go before I round out the stream. Also, check out skullcrane.com/repair to get your animatronics repaired. Visit my eBay store and make an offer on anything you like because I'm trying to get rid of a couple of pieces on there. Dancing hamsters on there and some other pieces as well. Let's see. The step pad cover is just like a rubber material. That's all it is. It's like a rubber with like printing on it. It's like a rubber mat with printing on it. It's all it is. And then they got the step pad like enclosed in it. Years past, the step pad cover just went over the step pad, but now the step pad cover actually has the step pad inside of it. My student is Dommy Barrel in 2014. That's really cool. I know in years past there wasn't as many collectors, so it's common, but nowadays it's super hard to find older props at stores. I know my 2016 store at a Witch, or 2018, my local store at a Witch of Lost Souls, or a Witch of Stolen Souls, and a Cornstalker. That was really cool that they had those in the store. Paper that keeps getting holes punched in them. What do you think? Step cover. Werewolf Rug in 2020. Oh, that's cool. Werewolf Rug was not a great seller. I saw that one on clearance at a lot of stores in 2019. I didn't see it at all in my local areas for 2020, but some stores may have that one still. It's a great prop, but it was overpriced from the start. Second closest store had the Shotgun Blast this year. That's cool. Terrible quality prop. Don't buy it under any circumstance unless you want to use it for parts. If he's on sale for like I would say 50 or less, you can buy him for parts when he breaks. But if he breaks, the parts are kind of obsolete. But he's terrible. Like he's like Fright in the Box, where if you buy it, it's gonna break. I don't recommend those at all. Menacing Mollies. I probably have a replacement gear. I don't do 3D part replication at the moment. I'm looking to invest in a 3D printer to get 3D part replication going, but I do have a ton of replacement gears. So if you are in need of replacement gears, you can visit skullcrane.com/repair and fill out a contact form, and I can get a replacement part to you at a very inexpensive cost. If you guys need any parts for your animatronics at all, then definitely visit skullcrane.com and request a part. I have tons of gears. IR sensors, replacement feet for techie props, anything you need, even custom circuit boards. I have those ready to ship. What's my looking for a bulk order of property? Send them to them. So I think you're trying to say like how many do I have to order to get a bulk? I know to order an existing prop it's like 50, or to get a lot or a custom prop it's 500 at Party Gears and 600 at Techie. But for existing props, you can't just pick Wacky Mole. You have to pick like a 2020 prop to do that with Party Gears. But with like minimum order for custom props, because I can realistically make whatever I want. It's 600 at Techie and 500 at Party Gears, so technically seasonal. How do I get my stock? I source my stock from all over. Wholesalers such as Morris Costumes and other such retailer sources like Sunstar. I haven't J Marcus a little bit, and then Party Gears. Those are my main sources. I also produce a couple of my own product, like the custom circuit boards and the animatronic repair starter kit. Those are produced in house in the USA. But the Party Gears, it's Party Gears, Sunstar, Morris Costumes, and J Marcus is where I get most of my props that I sell retail for. And yeah, that's my basically my inventory there. Um, 5 minutes to go. Let's go ahead and get our final questions in. Be sure to like the video or the live stream if you're watching late. Leave a comment below. But if you are watching live, leave a like on this video. Be sure to comment as well if you're watching later. Subscribe, turn on post notifications. Check out my other videos. Just dropped the new product today, the Striking Hand. And also check out my repair services, skullcrane.com/repair. And then visit my eBay store. Please make an offer on those sale items. If it's on sale, I want to get it out. That means I want to get it out. So there's some pieces on the eBay store which are like 75% off. Make an offer, and I do offer combined shipping. Let's go ahead and round out these final few messages here in the live chat, and then we'll close out the stream and have a great night and go into the weekend starting tomorrow. My neighbors had a Spiro Silent Display. That's awesome. I know someone near me that has one of the platforms, but I didn't purchase it because I don't really have the space for any additional pieces. Awesome. I would look forward to your videos, Mr. Vasilis. Yes, it was this year. I got Helga. I should have gotten it. Yeah, you should have gotten it. I'm not gonna. I don't want to be like, but you should have gotten it. If you see a 2014 prop, especially that rarity in your store, I would get it, even if it's full price, because you're not going to find those. And people know, even if you're not an experienced spirit person, you know that if it's green text, it's rare. That one was one that I would probably have bought, because not even that, but just for like the nostalgia. Like you're buying a 2014 prop in 2020. The nostalgia alone, I think, is worth it. So I would have bought it, but don't sweat it. Helga's a great prop, but you can find those online if you do want her. My local sort of floating ghost girl, 26 boogeyman. Oh man, I love the boogeyman. I've been looking for one. If I can get a boogeyman, that'd be incredible. Even though I know his mechanism's super loud, that's one of my favorite techie props, just because he's unique, and I do like his appearance a lot. But that's great that your store has so many leftovers. That's incredible. Remake Lunging Pumpkin Carver 2021. I would love to make the Lunging Scissor Girl. I mentioned this to Molten Endo, who I think is in this chat. I would love to bring the Scissor Girl to life. And I know I thought he'd be mad about it, because I was like, oh, he's gonna be mad if I make he has an unreleased prototype and I'm gonna produce it. But he seemed very happy about that. It could happen. Of course, we need a lot of your support. So if you guys visit skullcrane.com, make repair orders, order replacement parts, and purchase animatronics, take advantage of that free shipping at 99 plus the sale prices. It means a lot. And if you put in your order notes on Skull Crane and just put, I would love to see the Lunging Scissor Girl come to life, then it motivates me to call up Techie and get those pieces going for sure. But with that, I think that's about it for what I can do in this stream. So, with that said, I thank you guys so much for tuning in. Use two-way tape for your step pads. Visit skullcrane.com for great animatronics and more. We've got tons of decorations, props, some costumes even on there. The animatronic repair starter kit will be on pre-order now, and those will go back in stock next week. Also, custom program soundboards, animatronic repair services. Check out the eBay store for great sales. Subscribe if you have not already. Like this video, and as always, happy haunting, everyone.